Okay, we replayed the clip, and Ashley is proved wrong. She did say Disney.
I'm going crazy.
I told you.
I heard it in my brain that I said Pixar. Like, I swear I said Pixar.
I'm telling you, the viewers during that part were like, oh my gosh, because you know when you're listening to a podcast and they say something and you're like, oh my gosh, no, and then you get so mad. They're going to be like,
yeah.
Whoever is even listening.
This hand is freaking me out.
They're like, cool? This is so random, but I just thought of it. Sorry, not trying to go off topic, but we do that a lot anyway, so.
It's our podcast. We do whatever we want.
So we're getting close to our 30th episode, I think. On our 30th.
Oh my gosh.
We should do, like, a podcast Q&A where it's, or, like, how well we know, like, what was our first episode, or, like, what was our favorite episode that we did, and we should do that.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Because I was just about to say, because I was thinking, and I was like, the funnest episode, like, that I can remember right now, at the top of my head. There's probably another one that I like doing better. But Are You Smarter Than Fifth Grader? That one was so fun to do.
That one was fun.
So, also the book ones where we read my books.
Those are probably my favorite to be honest. And it's not even the topic of our.
And to listen to. Like, I don't like listening to my own voice, but those are so funny to listen to.
I love them.
I'm like, yeah, I listen to my own podcast all the time.
Like, I love myself. Like, it's so amazing.
Like, me and Ashley were cleaning my parents' bathroom for money. Like slaves. I'm just kidding.
Slave army?
So they were like, I'll pay you $10 if you clean our bathroom. So,
are you ready? We have slave army. That's like.
So, we were listening. We were like, okay, we should listen to one of our episodes. And so we were like, let's just listen to the one where we read our book, and it was so funny.
We picked the one where
the Katie one. Oh my gosh. If you are new to the podcast and are like, I want something funny, go listen to, don't we have 2 right now?
About the Katie one?
We have the Katie one, and then we have our quarantine book.
Oh my heavens.
Those are so
bad.
So we highly recommend
the Katie one is amazing because I do amazing voices.
Mm-hmm.
Macy's kind of boring. She doesn't do them, but
I'm sorry, I can do without laughing. That's why I don't, because I'm like, hi. Then I laugh like it's
the listeners are like, I'm out.
No, they're like, a goodbye. Not coming back. Okay. Anyway. So back to Disney with the Premier Access thing.
Oh.
Yeah, Pixar is nice. It doesn't do it.
Because Pixar is amazing. Like, I love Pixar.
Me too.
Anyway.
Cars is amazing.
Now we need to talk.
In the past few days, I watched Cars like 4 times. And it's been amazing. I never get sick of that movie.
We need to talk about Luca now.
Oh my gosh, Luca! Good.
I had very low expectations. Like,
Same.
I saw trailers, I'm like, this looks like crap.
We've talked about this before on the podcast, but not as much. But yeah, we were even, like, I saw the trailer and I was like, okay.
I was like, Pixar, what you doing?
Like, I was actually, like, really worried. I was like, I really don't want this to be bad. Like, because Pixar, it'll just ruin. Because even though I didn't enjoy Soul, I was like, this is, like, a good Pixar movie.
Good dinosaur.
Oh, yeah, that one. But you still have to admit, it's not a bad movie. It's just I didn't enjoy it. Like, because I don't like those types of movies.
Boring.
Yeah. But, like, the meaning was
good.
It's just really boring. Yeah. But
every other Pixar movie is good.
I think, because we watched Luca for our movie night on Saturday. Because we've mentioned we do, like, movie nights with our little sister every Saturday.
It started, like, we did a movie night once, and we're like, we should do this every week. And so we do it.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's been, like, we started, like, 2 years ago.
But I think when it first started, I was like, okay, this is about what I expected. And then I think it got to the part where he met Alberto. Is that his name? I'm sorry, I've only seen it once.
King.
And like when they started building the, what's it called? Vespa?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is actually kind of funny. Like, I kind of want to see more.
I laughed so many times.
And then the part where they're in the actual town, I was like, this is like, there is no reason this. Wait, what is it? They say that I'm phrasing it wrong. There is no reason for this.
Honey, no.
I can't speak. There is no reason for it to be this good. That's what I meant to say. Like, it, I don't know. Looking I can't put my thoughts into words.
Obviously, this girl's struggling.
When I think about the movie itself, I'm like, why do I enjoy it so much? Because it's a good meaning and stuff, but like, why?
Because it's so darn hilarious.
I love Alberto. Honestly. And I don't know.
I remember my mom watched it the first time.
She only watched like 30 seconds.
I know. And then she said something of Bruno, and she was like laughing to herself. I'm like, oh, jeez. Almost. She's like, excuse me?
Oh, because, yeah. When I saw the trailer, I didn't know what they were talking about with the Bruno thing. I was like, who is Bruno? And then I watched the movie.
Bruno?
I was like, oh, it's just your head. Because I was like, wondering if it was like an imaginary friend. I was like, what's going on?
We were looking for guest speakers because we want to have one on the podcast.
Totally goes off topic.
And my mom is still, she says she still wants to have an episode about us listing reasons why our mom is the best mom.
Oh my gosh. And she just sits there and listens? Like, what do you mean for guests? She's like, yes, yes.
She just comments. We're like, our mom is the best mom because she's funny. She's like, yes, I am.
That sounds like a fun episode. I'm sure the listeners will love listening to it. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be doing that anytime soon.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry.
We're trying to have our cousin come on the podcast because we want to have an episode about, well, we don't want to, but about anime because our cousins love anime and it's horrid.
Oh, and all anime fans are like, goodbye.
Just hear it like the drop.
Oh my god.
And we want to have an episode about them convincing us why anime is amazing.
Yes, but they don't want to.
Yeah.
I've gotten requests where they're like, you guys should have a guest on. I'm like, oh, if only I could find one. Just bring fans on. We're like, hi. They're like, oh my gosh, hi. And then we just talk about nothing.
Wow, that turned.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Said, at the same time.
I know.
So quirky.
Okay, are we done? What else do you have to say about Luca?
Nothing.
Also, the animation. I was like, this is a completely different style than what I've seen. And I love it.
It's good.
It's very good.
Pixar is venturing out, and they're doing pretty good. Doing well for themselves.
Also. Oh, wait, it's not a Pixar movie. I keep thinking, that's how good it is. It's because I keep thinking Luca's Pixar. But it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Luca?
It is? No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Jade?
Which one wasn't Pixar that we were talking about? I'm getting confused.
Luca is Pixar. Why do you think it wasn't Premier Access?
I know, but there was one movie we were talking about that wasn't Premier Access. What movie was it? Is Onward? Yes, it is. What is going on with my head? It's because the whole thing is mixing me up.
You're like, one wasn't Premier Access.
one wasn't. Okay, guys, one sec.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so but can you blame me? Luca does kind of have like a Disney-ish vibe.
It does. Anyway, now moving on to one of me and Macy's.
Me and Macy's.
Macey and Eyes.
Wait, that's not right. It would be Macey and me. I don't know.
Do what you gotta do. Screw grammar. Anyway.
Macey and Me's, though. This one's so funny.
Macey and Me's. Oh, boy. Macey and Eyes. Favorite show.
No, because that doesn't make sense either.
Screw Macey. I'm saying it. Do what I want.
Favorite show.
It's Monsters at Work. And it's so funny. But it's not Pixar.
Which is weird.
And it has that Disney vibe about it. You can tell the difference on it.
So, Monsters Inc. and Monsters, I almost said at Work. Monsters University are Pixar. And so when I saw the show, I didn't even think much of it. And it was like Pixar, right?
Yeah.
And so I think we were on the second episode. And I was like, this has a different, it doesn't feel
Pixar.
Like Monsters Inc. or Monsters University at all. And so I looked and there was no Pixar logo. And I was like, okay, that explains it.
Except it's so funny.
It is. But you can tell, them singing, and, Pixar would never do this.
Oh, boy.
But,
talking about singing, this is way off topic, but, Curious George is...
oh, is this Curious George now?
Because so me and Macy watched Curious George as a kid, like all the time.
Like the show, though, not the movies.
And so we were watching Curious George again because they're still freaking making episodes. Like what? 11 years later. We were watching the new Curious George with my sister a few days ago, and it's new animation, so it looks so weird.
And they sing.
They're repeating episodes, by the way.
Yeah.
But like with a different plot. And then freaking sing.
That made no sense. They're repeating episodes with a different plot.
They're
and what is it like?
Episodes. That doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't, because you know what a plot is, right?
Yeah.
It's what the episode is. So if you're like, it's the same episode, different plot. I'm like, No, they're repeating episodes. They're just tweaking the plot.
Yeah.
Like, me and Ashley used to watch this episode about, what was it?
How yarn is made.
Yeah.
And like how wool goes from yarn. And this is way off topic. And then it was like they were at a carnival and you got to see the sheep getting in and blah blah blah. And then they go and he's like got a scarf, the new one, and then Mrs. Rankin's make it non-Curious George were like, what? Made a scarf and then a goat ate it and then they had to get more yarn and so they went to like this yarn barn.
And then the new one the new one, yeah, is literally the same thing. It's just tweaked a little bit, so it's not the exact same. I'm like, what?
And let's be honest, if it was like they never sang before.
Yeah, they only sing in the movies, like 1 or 2 songs.
Yeah, like on the Valentine's Day episode, he sang like a little thing.
Yeah, but in the new ones, they sing every episode for no reason at all. Yeah, but let's move back to Disney.
Anyway,
but that's kind of relating to Monsters at Work because like they'll just like burst onto song. I'm like, oh, okay,
we're doing this now.
But there's only like 1 song an episode, even less than that.
Literally, the Monsters at Work gives me like office vibes. Like,
yeah,
I'm expecting like zoom in.
Yeah, same. Like I was like, this feels like a sitcom.
Like that dude, that one guy who hates what's his face?
Tyler, I think. Well, that's the guy he hates. I don't know the actual guy's name. There's 4 episodes out right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we haven't seen the 4th one yet.
We're replacing Loki Wednesdays with Monster. Still depressed.
Oh my gosh, it's like it's weird though because like
did you see the new Rockstar video?
Yeah.
Where he broke. Yeah.
I haven't watched it though.
Obviously.
Well, when you say have you seen Black Widow, what are you automatically gonna think?
Have you watched it?
Yes.
Okay, but have you seen the cover?
I was literally in the room when you saw it. But anyway, let's move on, please.
Well, maybe you're gonna swap.
But yeah, go watch Monsters at Work with your little siblings.
Or yourself. Like,
I mean,
I'm not judging.
There are moments where I'm like, okay, this is kind of dumb. But like, literally, it's...
I mean, I'm not judging you if you don't watch it. Just kidding. Yes, I am.
They're probably judging us. They're like,
I mean, I'm not judging you if you watch it without your little siblings because I'm 3 and I watch it by myself.
Oh, I know what we need to talk about.
Oh?
Raya. That's the movie I thought was Pixar.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about it.
Here goes my tangent. Yeah, it was an okay movie. Like, it was okay.
It was like one of Disney's best because I feel like adults could watch it.
But, you know, some parts are like for kids. Obviously,
yeah.
It's a Disney movie. It was so cringe. And then, like, I was waiting for this action scene, and I was like, this is gonna get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they moved the freaking camera around so much. You can't see anything, which is the point. It's made for kids. But
that made me the most upset was because the meaning didn't sit right with me. Because, here's the thing. What, like, let's backtrack a minute. The whole stabbing the back thing, right?
Yeah.
They are continuously stabbing each other in the backs. I'm like, I'm getting sick of this.
They're like, dude, you guys are like, don't trust anyone, children.
No, that's not the meaning.
No, it's not. But
I don't know where you even got that from. Like, you're so stupid, get off. Dude, it was a joke.
I was kidding, bro.
But the meaning, what was the meaning even again? I remember just being like, ew. Like, what was it? They had to, like, come together or something. I'm like, No, what was it? I can't remember. People are like yelling the answer right now. Give me a minute, guys. I'd have to watch the movie again to understand it,
which I don't want to do.
What about like the live action? Oh wait, yeah, guys. Sorry, we're going all over the place, but we're just doing what comes to our heads. We're just talking about how Disney is evolving and stuff. We'll move on to Marvel and Star Wars in a minute, but right now we're talking about Disney.
Live action remakes.
And some new ones, additions like Cruella, which we'll get into in a minute.
Okay, let's start with the first live action remake, is Cinderella.
Oh, we're going that far?
Oh, yeah.
I thought we were just talking about Mulan.
We'll get to her in a minute.
Okay.
No.
Cinderella was okay, I guess. I don't know.
I loved it.
I wasn't really expecting to talk about it, so I didn't think much of it.
The next one is Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, that was good.
That was good. It seems like whenever I watch Beauty and the Beast, it goes by so fast.
Yeah.
The movie's like 30 minutes long.
Aladdin was okay. Here's the thing.
I love Aladdin. Like, I've said this before.
Live action remakes are okay, right? But I'm like, you don't need to go overboard. Like, the freaking Lady and the Tramp thing. I'm like, why did you feel the need to make a live action of that? And The Lion King. Have you seen Lion King live action?
No.
It's CGI all over the place. And, like, this is animated but better. Like, why are you doing this?
Lion King. I've never seen it. The live action.
It's the same exact movie, just better animation. I'm like, why'd you put the money into this?
You spent like how many, like $1.2 million into doing a better animation remake.
That's like saying you're gonna take, let me think, like Frozen, and you're gonna come out with a new movie but change the animation. Which one do you think I'm gonna watch? The old one, because it's nostalgic and a classic, and why would I watch the new one over that?
Okay, Lady and the Tramp, it's just, I feel like I've never even thought of it. Because it wasn't even that popular, and
it didn't need to be made.
No, it did not. Mulan.
Okay, they totally changed this.
Here's the thing. People got pissed because it wasn't based off of the original story. None of Disney is.
Yeah.
That's
like Hercules. Point. So, yeah, because people, and I'm sure it can be offensive to Asians and stuff, but like culture-wise, yeah, but what are you expecting?
It's Disney. They aren't basing it off of
like Hercules. You see the Hercules, what are you gonna think? You're not gonna think they're gonna actually do the exact, because the tale is depressing. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna make it.
It's literally, people make fun of Disney all the time. It's like, and it lives happily ever after. And like, because it always is. It's Disney.
In Rapunzel, the actual tale of Rapunzel is so freaking weird. Like, you're actually gonna think they're gonna make a movie exactly like it.
Of course not. They're altering it so it's made for kids and it's a Disney princess movie.
So with Mulan, I mean, I can see why you would want to make it true, but you can't call it a remake because you're totally changing everything. Like, why even call it Mulan anymore?
I've seen bits and pieces, and I hate that the grandma isn't there, or Mushu.
I know. I mean,
those two are my freaking favorite.
I get why they wouldn't. I'm upset with it, but I can get why you would remove Mushu because it's not in the actual title and stuff. Yeah. But why the grandma? Like, what did the grandma do to you? She might not actually be in the story.
Let's replace her with a sister.
Oh gosh. I watched the whole movie, and to be honest, the whole villain thing was weird to me because it was totally
she never
random.
falls in love, right? Because the trainer is like an old man.
Yeah.
Ew.
Which I actually like really, really loved their love story in Mulan.
They're so cute together.
And also, going back to the villain made no sense at all. It was so random and so weird, and I didn't know. Anyway, let's move on. Cruella, which we have not seen yet.
Because we're probably going to watch it when it comes up for Premier Access.
Yeah.
I am paying $30 for that thing.
Here's the thing. I saw the trailer, and I didn't get Disney vibes at all. Like, I don't know.
It's dark. Like, I've heard people say, like, it's dark. That's probably what PG-13, honestly.
And to be honest, I'm kind of excited for it because I just want a normal movie that's not Marvel or Star Wars, like an action movie. And so I'm like, okay, I'm down to watch this. I mean, the trailer looks like not a Disney movie, but it looks good.
Dude, I saw a thing, and it's like the actress, I'm sorry, I forgot her name.
Emma Stone?
Yes. Why'd you look at me like I was an idiot?
Because everyone knows Emma Stone.
Oh, I forgot for a second.
That's like me saying,
I'm leaving.
oh, who's that guy that plays Iron Man? What's his name again? You're like, my bro. That's no.
Well, who else that was done play? Like, what other movie? Oh, what other movies have she been
She's
in?
on like La La Land and a bunch of others.
Well, that clears it up. Real nice.
Anyway, continue, please.
Never mind.
No way.
Never mind.
Okay. I've heard there's a big plot twist in it, so
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm down to watch it.
I saw it comes off of Premier Access like. Shoot. I forgot what day.
Well,
Oopsie.
can't watch that for movie night because we'll be terrified.
That'll probably be our family movie.
Do we have any more Disney things to talk about before we move on to like Marvel and Star Wars?
Nope.
Because guys, don't get mad at us. It's still Disney, and we're talking about new, evolving things here. Mainly Disney
They're like,
Plus.
why are you talking about Marvel? Disney owns Marvel. So.
Oh, before we move on, I read a thing the other day that said that Pixar's coming out with a bunch of new TV shows, kind of like Monsters at Work, but by Pixar. But they're postponing them until like a few years from now. So,
like, cool.
I guess we can't watch those yet.
Anyway, Marvel.
So we've already discussed our thoughts before on how this is going.
So let's just talk about future Marvel projects right now, and maybe we'll move on to like things that have already released later.
Okay.
Organization.
So a bunch of shows are coming out.
A bunch, and it's really hard to keep track because there's so much coming out. And honestly, I'm kind of sad.
I'm angry. What? How does the 5 stages of grief or whatever? Like, how does it go? Like denial. What? How does it go, Ash? Denial, sadness, anger, and then acceptance is the end. But what's right here?
Search it up.
Or is the 4 stages? Is it 5 or 4?
Search it up.
No, I remember this because New Rockstars pointed out with the Avengers with Natasha. So, Hulk was angry. Iron Man was accepting. Who was sad? Clint, maybe?
Yeah, Clint was sad.
Crap. And there was another. Steve was one of them. Oh, when he asked if she had any family, what stage is that? Okay, one sec. Okay, we found it, and it said bargaining, and then we don't really know what that means, so we Googled it, and
it means basically picturing what-if scenarios.
Like, oh, what if this happened? Or, like, what could I have done?
So, in stages of grief, I am sad, and Macy's angry.
I'm very angry. I was in denial at first. I'm like, nah, Tony isn't dead. He's coming back. And I'm like, I'm freaking pissed, because look at what they're doing. It's annoying, because I don't...
And she's like, are you guys literally comparing?
That's so annoying. Like, guys, what pisses me off is that they're replacing people. I'm like, why do you feel the need to do this? Just stick with the ones you have.
Okay, Macy.
I know. What?
We knew this was coming, though.
I still... Well, when I saw Endgame, I was like, they're going to end it here and maybe come out with, like, little spin-offs, right? No, they're still continuing. I'm like, why?
Because of the comics.
You don't need to do this.
Life went on.
Not in the comics. It was always Avengers, and there were spin-offs about, like, young Avengers, and, like, the Avengers were still alive during all that.
Well, MCU, it's based off the comics. They have to keep moving, Mace.
Yeah, and this is how you keep moving. This is how the comics did it.
These are spin-offs.
No, Ashley. No, it's not.
Well, it's...
Have you read a Young Avengers comic? Do you know who's all in there?
Yeah.
It's all the people that they're coming out with.
Uh-huh.
You listen to me talk and don't interrupt me, please. Here's the thing, okay? In the comics, the Avengers were alive during all this. They just were like, oh, let's make a Young Avengers sort of thing. Let's, like, add the X-Men. They did little things, and I was happy because, the Avengers aren't dead. They're still alive. They're just, like, moving on with, like, other things, right? They're still in the background. Yeah, RDJ and Chris Evans are leaving, so they have to find a way to, like, move on with that, and Scarlett Johansson. So... here's what you would do.
And then
you would still
Chris
have...
Hemsworth was just being a king and renewed his contract.
Chris Evans?
Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, I thought you said Chris Evans. I'm like, oh?
Some tea!
So, what you would do is you can have the Young Avengers, but still kind of have the Avengers in the background, right? No, they're replacing everyone.
What? No.
Like, why? You can do spin. Here's the thing. Don't replace everyone. Don't do what you're doing. Marvel isn't going to last forever, my dudes. Like, you can't make movies until we're all 50 years old. You need to make little spin-offs or shows. Do your thing, but, like, don't...
Like Star Wars.
Yeah.
It ended.
It did. Yeah, that's a perfect comparison. And look, I'm still happy. Yeah, I'm sad that Luke and Leia and everyone are dead, but, you know, it's fine because we have, like, little spin-off shows and stuff.
Yeah, it's still Star Wars.
I hate hearing him looking. It's annoying.
Go away. Shoo. Go away.
All you guys can hear is...
Like, your dog is so annoying.
I'm hungry.
Cool.
I haven't had lunch.
Okay. Never mind.
So yeah, there's my tangent.
I have to say, so let's talk about the new movie coming out. The Shang-Chi.
Yes.
It's the closest one coming out in September.
Which
so
I'm like
a month. It looks good.
I'm not like excited for it, but I'm not disappointed either.
I honestly don't know where they're gonna go from there.
I'm more excited for the Eternals.
Really?
And Spider-Man No Way Home, to be honest.
The Eternals, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Confusing.
Okay, the only Avenger that I'm actually looking forward to, like, person, is, like, from the Hawkeye show. Kate Bishop is supposed to, like, take the mantle of the new Hawkeye. Because in the comics, she's freaking hilarious. Like,
Hawkeye in the comics is also hilarious.
Yeah, and that's why... Because maybe we'll actually get a funny sort of Hawkeye character here. Because imagine Spider-Man... I'm trying to, like, tell you... Okay, yeah, Spider-Man. Like, you know how he's freaking hilarious? Like, I don't know. And let's mix it with kind of, like, sassy. Because Ashley doesn't read the comics, so I'm trying to...
Yeah, I get your picture.
Like, she's sassy, but she's, like, makes little one-line, like... You know how...
Spider-Man?
Yeah, like, Peter Parker always says these things, and Tony's like, okay, stop. Like, it's kind of like... Because she's a teenager, obviously.
There's usually not this much talking.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that, but that's the only thing. Watch me get so hyped and they make her the most serious character. I'm like, that's great.
You're like, one more thing to be depressed about.
Oh, okay. I don't. Okay, here's the thing. Monica from WandaVision, she's fine. But I'm like, I don't know.
She kind of annoys me.
And Yelena, I'm sorry, she better not become the new Black Widow. I love you to pieces, but I don't want you to replace.
Can we just talk about
Natasha?
The post-credit scene?
Yeah, that.
Spoilers
for Black Widow.
Okay, I gave him 2 seconds to get off. I really hope she doesn't do anything to Hawkeye. Like, that's the thing, because it pisses me off, because he literally didn't do anything.
But also, people can't really... I get the reasoning behind, like, Clint needed to stay alive because he had a family. I'm like, Natasha had a family, too. But, like, I get what you mean because he had kids and a wife, and that'd be really sad. And,
yeah.
But also, you can't really be like, Natasha had no family, she had to go. Like, she literally had, like, a family. She had the Avengers, and then she had, well,
it's kind of sad.
Family.
Like, because once he's like, does she have any family? And then, like, they don't know.
Yeah.
So how...
and have you seen the argument?
I was like, how did Yelena find out about her death? Probably all over the news. I'm such an idiot.
And you know what's annoying? Is I've seen this on everywhere, and it really makes me mad. When people are like, the Avengers were not a family, they were coworkers. I'm like, that's not true.
They were a family.
They, maybe not like a family, but if you watch Age of Ultron, you're like, okay, they're pretty close. Like, look at them.
They're...
And then you see Black Widow, and she literally, you can see how much she loves them.
She loved them, and then... Oh, it's kind of sad.
It is sad, because none of the Avengers realize how much she needed them. Like, I don't know how to... Because it's crazy how, like, an assassin, like, her, like, just wants a family. Because her family was not a good family.
It was kind of fake.
So she bonds with the Avengers, and they're like, "Oh, we're fighting, going," and she's like, "Cool." It's sad, and it makes me upset that I don't know.
Like, she's like, "Can you guys just agree for freaking once?"
They do fight a lot. They fight a lot.
They do, and she's like, Anyway.
So that's why I'm upset. I don't want Yelena to replace her.
Yelena, you're good, but you're not as good as Natasha.
Yeah.
Sorry, boy.
And the Falcon becoming Captain America. Like, frick off. It's enough for me. I don't like all this new stuff. Marvel's...
What about Spider-Man as the new Iron Man? Obviously, he's not going to become the Iron Man, but...
I don't want him to become the new Iron Man, but...
He's Spider-Man, not Iron Man.
I know people are like, are you going to be the new Iron Man? He's like, no, question mark.
Poor guy, he's PTSD.
I know.
I just want to give him a big hug.
Isn't what's her name? Frake. I just read the comic about her. They're supposed to be making a series or movie of her. What's her name?
What?
The teenage girl that becomes Iron Man. I read her comics. I just forgot her name. Riri? No, give me a minute.
Riri?
Okay, I was right. It was Riri.
I'm terribly sorry. Riri?
Oh. She's rude.
That's an interesting name.
Well...
And Ironheart. So, does Iron Man have, like, any relation to him?
So, in the comics, she's kind of the Spider-Man in the comics where he, like, mentors her.
Yeah.
At least in the ones I read, she had, like, I don't remember how they met because I didn't read that comic. They met somehow. And in the comics I read, she'll, like, she makes her suit and stuff, and, like, every once in a while they'll call. And she's like, I need your help. And he's like, oh, this is what you need to do. And, like, I don't know. It's kind of that sort of thing. But no, they're not related. But I don't know how that's going to work.
Like, I don't want a random freaking girl becoming the next Iron Man.
How is that going to work in MCU, though? Because
they never
she's just like, cool, I want to be the new Iron Man. And, like, what's going on?
Like, this random girl just becomes the next Iron Man?
Yeah.
No.
And she's funny in the comics, but she's also kind of a brat.
Ew. So is Iron Man, though.
Like, she's like Spider-Man vibes because they're all freaking teenagers.
Let's see. Who else is getting replaced?
Thor isn't going to get replaced, but there's going to be a new Thor sort of thing in the upcoming movie. Like, why? I'm glad Jane's coming back because I feel like we didn't get that much of her. The bit we did get was cheesy romance, and maybe Marvel will step up their game.
Come on, boy.
But also, I don't want you to become the new Thor, man.
You just ain't. No.
It's so random. Like, just picks up the hammer one day, she's like, cool, and they're like, you're the new Thor, and then bam.
Thor's like,
I don't know. Very... Do we have any... Oh, the whole multiverse thing. I really hope they bring in the X-Men and stuff. Somehow.
WandaVision was their amazing pocket that they didn't take.
I was going to ask you this. So you know how Loki takes place, like, after Endgame, kind of?
Yeah.
And WandaVision takes place right after Endgame? You know the part where she's doing the thing, and then, like, she hears her voices? Is that the same moment that Sylvie...
Yeah, that's what people are guessing. That... Because all the branches opened up, that they're showing that where her children are alive.
Okay, that's what I thought, because last night I was thinking, and I was like, wait, those take place at the same time, so what if, like, Sylvie, when she literally activated all the branches, and then that's when she heard her kids? I don't know, it just got me thinking. That's kind of crazy, actually. You can watch it in sync.
Oh.
I'm sure there's YouTube videos made about it. I'm excited for the multiverse, but I'm also getting
there are
sad.
So many things leading up to Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness.
I
can't wait for that movie. Because it feels like everything we see is a connection to that movie.
Here's the thing about Marvel. Before all this happened, it was a simple, just superhero thing. And now
it was a team,
I feel like I'm reading the comics, and I don't like because comics are freaking confusing.
That's the thing. Like, they're bringing all these things in, and I'm confused.
I'm like, I did not sign up for watching comics.
I signed up for Avengers, and that ain't what I'm getting. I joined right when Captain Marvel was released, and so
you can't expect us to be all excited after we just lost Iron Man and Captain America, all those OGs, and now we're getting like weird random people.
They released end games, and everyone's surprised. They're like, "But here's all these." And
they're like, "No."
Like, that's not what I wanted. That's what I signed up for.
Yeah, I don't know. Should we move on to Star Wars? Because we're kind of...
I'm getting depressed. Let's move on.
Back to the happy stuff.
Yay!
Star Wars is golden right now.
Yeah. Bad Batch. It's pretty good. Yeah.
The Mandalorian. That's where, like, it stepped up. Where Star Wars was just like, and then all of a sudden it came out The Mandalorian. We're like, okay, we're getting, like, lots of content here.
Mandalorian? Yeah.
It was good. What are you talking about?
It was good. That's what I just said.
You're like, yeah.
No, it was good. Yay.
That's when I started getting my Star Wars vibe again. Because I was, like, all Marvel, and then I watched Mandalorian. I'm like, okay, I kind of missed.
I need to watch Clone Wars again.
Me too.
I just saw a meme where it's like everyone, like, Clone Wars has a kid show, and then I did like the Will Smith and did like all the dark parts of Clone Wars. I'm like,
yeah, I saw that.
Clone Wars.
Maybe we were just talking about that before, when school was still. It was like the last week of school. I think I was talking to her, and she was like, "Yeah, everyone says it's a kid show," and she's like, there's people getting stabbed left and right. Like, I don't.
It gets dark.
And especially the last season. It's very, I don't know.
Not really.
No, like, it has a darker tone.
It does.
Oh. You're telling me clones getting activated to kill freaking Jedi left and right.
Oh,
Jedi
yeah, I forgot about that.
like, it was, fine. Like,
I was just thinking of the Siege of Mandalore and didn't think of that one. I forgot about that part.
Revenge of the Sith, that's a dark movie because crap goes down, and then
crap goes down.
It's probably the darkest Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So
I'm excited for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. I really want to watch that because I love Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. And the Ahsoka
He's
series.
A savage. Yeah.
Oh, what if Ezra shows up in that? It's so cool.
And everyone's like, Rebels is a kid show. I'm like,
shut the freak up.
I'm like, you know what? You're going to be freaking lost when all these things are coming out and they make all of these Rebels references.
Yeah, and they already have made millions.
In The Mandalorian, in Bad Batch.
They mentioned
every single show that has come out, it's had a reference. Like the Darksaber.
Yeah. That's the whole thing, is Ahsoka is looking for Ezra and Sabine, and people are not going to know what
they're going to be like, okay, what happened to Ahsoka during her years? Like, who's Thrawn? And me over here understanding every bit because I watched the series. Or in Bad Batch about the whole thing with Hera. Like, they're not going to know who Hera is.
And Kanan.
Yeah, they're going to be freaking confused. They're like, who's that boy jumping around?
Like, why is he here?
They're going to be like, why are we focusing on this girl? And then me over here like, yay, we get to see all these characters. Yay! Me trying to, like, get myself happy.
Why do you keep saying that?
What?
Me over here, me. What about me?
I don't really care about you.
You're making all these memes. I'm like, why am I not included in them? You're like, I love Rebels. I'm the only Rebels fan out here. We're like, cool.
I'm a geek about Rebels.
We're going to make merch. I was going to say, we're going to make merch. This is cool on it, but what we said is already claimed that. Because we do say cool
how dare you?
We say cool so much.
Cool. We got it from them.
No, I didn't.
Wait, what?
I started saying cool before I realized what they were saying.
Whatever, hater. Later, I cracked myself up.
What other Star Wars stuff is there?
I don't know.
So I can not listen to you anymore.
We're not going to talk about the sequels.
As far as I know, there's only shows coming out, right? No movies. They better not be making movies.
No more movies. Just shows.
Unless they're good.
Yeah, Yeah.
Well, didn't Dad say that eventually they're gonna get into like the old Star Wars before, like
I think they realized that people didn't like the sequels, and that they just quit.
like why do you think we love like Fallen Order is good because it's not taking place in the future.
Oh my god,
And that's not a movie; it's a video game. But like still,
I need to finish that. But it's puzzles, and I suck at puzzles.
I think if Fallen Order took place after like during sequel time, I wouldn't like it as much.
Yeah. And honestly, I wish they would just give me a map. Like, I don't need to figure out one by myself. Okay? That ain't how I work.
Let's move on from Fallen Order because you're getting too heated on it. Like, give me a map. Oh, I'm so on the pillow.
Well, like, I keep seeing memes about Lego Star Wars.
Yeah, Lego Star Wars is elite.
They're like, Lego Star Wars.
It's really
I just saw a weird one with Count Dooku and General Grievous. I have to show you. It's so freaking weird.
Okay.
It's so weird.
Trying to think. Also, Mandalorian takes place right after Return of the Jedi, which is a little iffy for me because it's still taking place in noon time. So I'm like, I'm loving this because it's the only sequel-ish content that's actually enjoyable, other than Rogue One. That one's good too.
Oh yeah, except that's depressing.
Yeah, that's why I don't like Resistance.
I think
it's future.
Blah, blah, blah.
And I refuse to accept any of the sequels canon, so
we just ain't gonna talk about that.
if you like the sequels, I'm sorry, I don't mean to like bash on you, but like it's
They're
just our
horrid.
opinions. You can like them. I can see why people would like them.
I love how you're like, I don't mean to offend you. Right here, I'm like, that should offend you. Like, I don't care what people think.
No, here's the thing. If you're a new Star Wars fan, I can see why you would like them because you see the movie and it's good quality, it's good fighting. Like you're like, okay, yeah, I love this, and I can see why you would go back to the old ones and be like, what the freak is this? But as someone who's an old Star Wars fan, I don't like
who's
sequels.
Grown up watching those movies,
yeah,
and like Clone Wars and stuff like.
And I think most people I've talked to that are like, I like the sequels. I'm like, when did you start liking Star Wars? They're like, oh, I found Force Awakens and like really liked it. I'm like, okay, I can see why now. But
like,
I don't understand.
You started liking Star Wars because of the sequels, I can see it.
Yeah. But if you have loved Star Wars since the beginning and you like them, I can't understand you.
Like, you're out of the fandom. Out.
I'm like, okay, goodbye. Unsubscribing right now.
Because of me, I'm probably just going like,
you're very offensive.
Uh-huh. Because you know why?
Why?
It's my podcast.
It is?
Yes.
Is it really?
It's mine. All mine.
Okay, we should wrap this up because I'm hungry.
Anyway, goodbye.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Sorry if I offended you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sorry.
Don't do that ever again. Don't do that ever again. Don't do that ever again. Okay, goodbye, guys. Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.